All right, let's dive right into this explainer. But hey, real quick before we get going, make sure to subscribe to our Academy's channel and hit those notifications so you never miss out on the tools you need to completely level up your creator journey. So today we are unpacking a massive shift in how digital content is actually being made and distributed. We're looking at the 2026 creator reality. We are moving way past the days of just dropping a piece of content and crossing your fingers, and we're moving toward building an absolute content engine. Look, I want to kick things off by asking you a pretty direct question. Are you leaving a massive amount of traffic, content, and growth completely on the table? Honestly, if you're a creator in 2026 and you're still just uploading to a single platform and calling it a day, you are vastly underutilizing your own hard work. You know the drill. You spend hours scripting, filming, editing, so why on earth let all that effort live and die by just one single algorithm's initial reaction? You can really see the contrast here between that outdated mindset and our modern reality. The old way, upload once and done. That is practically a recipe for stagnation these days. The 2026 way, which is exactly how the fastest growing creators operate right now, is all about turning that one core asset into a multitude of pieces. They take a single upload and transform it into shorts, tweets, blog posts, LinkedIn content, newsletters, you name it. And the really incredible news we're exploring today is that AI tools have made this whole expansion process incredibly seamless. So here's our roadmap for building that interconnected factory line. We're going to hit 5 specialized AI steps today: frictionless editing, short-form discoverability, automating your distribution, unlocking Google search traffic, and finally, tying the whole shebang into the ultimate content engine. All right, let's jump straight into step 1, frictionless editing with Descript. Descript has completely revolutionized how creators tackle editing. If you do talking head content or tutorials, this is designed to save you hours of that tedious timeline scrubbing. The core feature here is absolutely wild. Delete text, and you cut the video. You are literally editing your footage just by editing a text document. You read through your transcript, delete a sentence you don't like, and boom, the video cuts that exact sentence automatically. It's like magic. And it doesn't stop at text-based editing. Descript brings a serious powerhouse of features to your workflow. It handles the transcription, it automatically rips out filler words like ums and ahs with one click, it generates your captions, and it even has AI voice cleanup to make you sound like you're in a studio. This dramatically lowers the friction of creating. It literally stops you from obsessing over a timeline perfection, so you can just focus entirely on your message. Moving right along to step 2, mastering short-form discoverability with Opus Clip. Once your main long-form asset is smoothly edited, you need a system to capture that massive short-form audience, but without doubling your workload, right? Instead of manually scrubbing through an hour-long recording trying to guess what might pop off, Opus Clip takes over. It acts like an AI scalpel. First, it scans everything and finds the most engaging moments. Then, it automatically reframes your horizontal footage vertically for mobile. And finally, it adds dynamic captions and viral hooks. It is just exponentially faster than doing it by hand. Next up is step 3, automating your distribution with repurpose.io. Okay, so now you've got a folder full of awesome short-form clips, but the biggest bottleneck now is actually getting them out into the world. Honestly, the hardest part often isn't making the content, it's the exhausting chore of distributing it everywhere. Manual uploading means logging into 5 different apps, copying descriptions, re-uploading files. It is totally draining. Repurpose.io changes the game with automation. It automatically takes content published on one platform and pushes it to another, like YouTube to TikTok or TikToks to Reels. It removes the manual labor entirely, so your content is just working for you in the background. That brings us to step 4, unlocking Google search traffic using video to blog. While everyone else out there is fighting tooth and nail for algorithmic recommendations on social media, so many creators completely forget about search engines. Written content still drives a staggering amount of discoverability. Video to blog lets you take almost any kind of content, tutorials, deep dives, webinars, and automatically transforms them into high-quality written SEO articles. And the absolute best part? It pulls relevant screenshots directly from your footage and places them perfectly into the blog post. That saves a massive amount of time while really bumping up the readability for your audience. Finally, we've reached step 5, building the ultimate content engine, guided by models like ChatGPT and Claude. If all those previous tools were the specialized machinery on our factory floor, these AI models are the master planners. They are the overarching strategists. They act as the ultimate Swiss Army knives for creators, and they're incredibly powerful for general ideation across literally every slice of the process. You can use them for scripting, brainstorming highly clickable titles, conceptualizing thumbnails,
generating your SEO ideas, and even drafting out entire Twitter threads based on your main topic.
But here is where we really need to connect the dots. General AI, like ChatGPT and Claude, are amazing Swiss Army knives for ideation and planning, but they still require human workflows to execute. That is exactly why these specialized AI tools, the scalpels, exist. When you combine ChatGPT for ideation with Descript for editing, Opus Clip for short form, Repurpose.io for distribution, and Video to Blog for SEO, absolute magic happens. Suddenly, one single upload effortlessly expands into an entire unstoppable content engine.
And that brings us to the core philosophy of this entire explainer, which is beautifully summarized by this quote from our source material. The biggest shift happening right now in the 2026 creator landscape is this. The creators who grow the fastest aren't necessarily the ones that are making more content. They're the people getting more out of the content they already create. Ultimately, it is all about leverage.
So, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought today. As you look at your own workflow, I want you to ask yourself, are you just going to exhaust yourself trying to keep making more and more original content from scratch on a hamster wheel? Or are you ready to build a content engine, leverage these specific AI tools, and start getting exponentially more out of what you already have? The technology is literally right here, and the friction is gone. The choice on how you grow from here is entirely up to you.